Hey, any fresh 11th day of October 2022. Do pray you're well. I came across this video on BitChute, and I'll leave a link to this channel, and I'll also leave a link to the MIT video that I'm gonna share with you. I just saw it and was compelled to share it. I believe that this could be very useful in using to help some people understand what's being done to them, essentially. But they also must understand that there are elements of good and evil. There is a spiritual realm that influences their life, and the realm of this world and the principalities that pull the strings, generally speaking, in the physical world want nothing more than for you to die in your sin. Now, I say that because this video shows you how they are making what they call Syn-Cells. Now, of course, they're referring to synthetic, which means fake, which means man-made, which means not natural. And anything that comes at the work of man's hands must be scrutinized very carefully, because there is an evil element that anyone, even non-religious, non-paying attention people, can recognize that there are evil elements at work in this world. But until you understand you need a savior, because if you do die in your sin, it's one way or the other. It's literally heaven and hell. And there's one mediator, Jesus Christ. What you're going to be shown right here is what is going into you, into your children, and you are literally going to become a transhuman under the control of said evil elements. It's the simplest way I can put it, and this is here. This video is 4 years old. Can you just imagine what they're doing now?
Imagine if there was a way to mass-produce tiny robots no bigger than a cell, quickly, easily, and accurately, with little to no external stimulus. Well, a team of engineers at MIT have developed a novel method where they can do just that. Using the naturally occurring fracturing process of atomically thin, brittle materials such as graphene, the researchers are able to design and successfully fabricate small synthetic cells, called Syn-Cells for short, that could eventually be used to monitor conditions inside an oil or gas pipeline, or search out disease while floating through the bloodstream. The novel process called autoperforation allows for engineers to control the natural fracture lines in a material, directing the lines so that they produce exactly what the engineer desires. In this case, the end result are minuscule pockets of predictable size and shape, containing electrical circuits and materials that can collect, record, and output data. To build these Syn-Cells, first a layer of graphene is laid down on a surface. Then, tiny dots of a polymer material containing the electronics for the devices are deposited by a microarray printer. Apart from the Syn-Cell's potential uses for industrial or biomedical monitoring, the researchers say that the way the tiny devices are made is itself an innovation with great potential. This general procedure of using controlled fracture as a production method could potentially be used with any 2D material, essentially opening up a whole new toolkit for micro and nano fabrication.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. For there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, forasmuch as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armour of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of God,